So we have an iterator defined within the vector class, and we also have one defined within the map class. But because the elements in a vector are a little bit different from the way that we store elements within a map, the way that we dereference an iterator is also a bit different. So let's see how. So we can think of an iterator as a pointer to an element. So for a vector of ints, dereferencing that iterator would give me an int because that's the data type of each element stored within the vector. So in this case, I can create an iterator using .begin, and that would point to the very first element in the vector. Then I can increment it, and that would make it point to the second element. So if I dereference that, then it would give me the value 1. Now if I were to create an iterator for a map, it would be pretty similar in that I would also use .begin, and that would also point to the very first element in the map. Like before, I could increment that iterator to move it along to the next element. So what would I get back if I tried dereferencing the iterator at this point? Remember that dereferencing an iterator gives you a single element. So for a map, remember that every element is a key value pair. So in this case, dereferencing the iterator would actually give me a pair object, where the key is a string, or the first member variable within a pair is a string, and the value, or the second member variable in the pair, is an int. So to actually access the key value pairs, I could use the arrow operator, which would be a shorthand to grab the key by using the first member variable. I would be essentially dereferencing the iterator and then grabbing the key by accessing the first member variable in the pair, and the same with the value, I would be accessing the second member variable to get the value. So this would print out JC and 24.